Hello, I am Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, December 27, 2016, 9:25 p.m. Birmingham. And the topic is, yes, they are going to try to stop Trump. I mean, and we don't know all the ways, but it's out there again, an attempt assassination. It's out there again. The Illuminati will do anything they can do and everything they can do to disrupt it. And you see it plastered all over the internet what Obama is going to do and all these foolish things he's doing that he thinks cannot be undone. But let me tell you, if it's down and it's a law, as in the establishment, that they can make that will protect them but will punish you, and there's no way around it, think again. God knows the way around everything. He's the author of everything. So all he will need to do is another tiny bit download in Donald Trump. But besides that, Donald Trump has so many very smart people, very wealthy people, and they didn't get there by being stupid either, that they can undo. My last 3 or 4 blogs back was 80+%. Well, that number's increased to above 90, between 93 and 95% of what Obama did will be trashed, null and void. It will go away. And with that, all these people that, the freebies, they're going to go to work or they won't eat. And things are going to change. This country will be unlike any time since its conception. I believe that although we have come to the very brink of disaster in the United States, God has given us one more chance. Entitlements, they're out. They're gone. You go and look at the Bible, man doesn't work, then a man won't eat. Clear as a bell. Talks about the family unit. The man is in charge, and being in charge does not mean to be a gatekeeper or a cell keeper or carry the keys to the jail that you're locked up in. It means that he is the provider and the protector of said family. Children, you will be able to go to school and you will be able to be taught what you're supposed to be taught. Common Core, that stuff is out. It's gone. It's trashed. And for an example, for some of you that do not know Common Core, I'll give you one. And it started a long time ago. I'm going to give you two. One is today, a child in the 3rd grade, 4th grade, say 3rd grade. What is 2 times 6? And what is 6 times 2? Well, they write down 6 twice and add it up 12. And then 6 times 2, they have to write 2 down 6 times and add it up. That's Common Core. My older daughter went through Jacksonville, ironically, titled the partiest college in the state of Alabama, even above the University of Alabama, but she managed to get through it. They had Common Core there. My daughter, and I'll be honest, her grandfather, he's brilliant. I mean, really brilliant. And I excelled in math all the way through school. And when I became a pilot, the numbers made it was easy. Figuring the weight loads, figuring the wind direction and the crabbing and all the things you had to do, was easy. I was good in math. I made high scores in all my math all the way through schools. And she did the same. In her college, when they first started Common Core, she had a half of a line of a problem that she had to figure out. Well, she took another line only, just a single line to fill it out. Well, the teacher wrote it on the blackboard, and then she wrote the answer the next day when they came in, and she had an answer. The whole half of the other side of the blackboard was filled up. And my daughter said, well, ma'am, I can show you a quicker way to get to that answer. I have it right here. And they tried to give her a bad grade because she didn't go about it their way. That is Common Core. Again, entitlements, they're gone. Common Core is setting your children back, holding them back. That's gone. And people who work, you are going to be paid for your work. Those who work hard, you're going to be paid for working hard. All those who haven't had a job in many years, you all will have a job. And those of you who go early, you're going to have your pick of jobs. There will be so many. And you heard him say the prophecy was 8 years for Donald Trump. There'll be so many that then they'll start bringing in Hispanics to fill the jobs that are left over. This is a fact. These things are going to come to pass. The vetting is going to prove to be very good for our country. And we're going to get really smart people besides anyone just coming in. Now, there'll still be the ditch diggers, and don't get me wrong, if I need to do that to make a living, give me a pick and shovel. But there are those whose desire it is to go into business. When Obama came in, he shut those doors. And I can vouch for that. I had it in a blog not long ago. When Trump comes in, those doors will reopen. Not only will it open, there'll be sets of double doors that'll open up and say, come on in. What business are you looking into? If whatever you have, they're going to help you. You will go, you'll get an SBA from the state you are in, and then you'll get a partial loan from the bank that you bank with. And then the down payment, instead of being enormous, it'll be affordable. Look, I have bought 6 businesses, and my wife had 1. And then we sold 1 or 2 and bought others, and we built 2. So in total, we've had 9 businesses. And we know how the bank works. And we know how SBA works. They'll give you the money if they see that you have a portfolio laid out for the future plans for the next 5 years, and it's reasonable, then you will be given the money to start your business. And it worked out for me on 6 occasions, and where 4 of those occasions I borrowed excess of $1.1 to $1.5 million and paid every one of them in advance. And of course, all that's gone today, thanks to Obama. But I'm coming back, folks. I'm coming back strong. And you will too. All of you whose desire it is to own a business, it's not going to be difficult anymore. If we have 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 new small business owners, each one of them may hire between 3 and 11 employees. In each one of my stores, I had 11 at each. Just automatically, that's what it took. That's what the government needs, and that's what the government needs to have coming in for it to pay its bills and stay out of debt. But then when you have 70,000 manufacturing jobs and plants come back, this country will pay its debt. most of it in the first 4 years. And did you know what else is mentioned? What else is mentioned? Kim Clements. God said this to Kim Clements in a download. When you go look him up, go find Kim Clements, Prophecies of Donald Trump, YouTube, and you'll find several. There's more than one in there. But I was watching one again last night. I just could not get enough. Prophecies are just rolling off of this man. He died 2.5 weeks ago. And God, he was on a roll. He was good. One of them, words out of his mouth. Let me remind you, in Nevada, remember the cattle farmer that had this 10,000 acres to run his cattle, had been using it for 40, 50 years. In fact, his family prior to him had that land to graze, and then all of a sudden they came in and shut him down, run him off, and even started to kill his cattle if he didn't move them. You know what they were going on there for? Fracking. They had them to get them all out of the way so they could do that. Well, then the government, Obama shut down the fracking. God said to Kim Clements, he said, fracking holds a multitude of oil that you will never use up in your lifetime, in their lifetime, in their lifetime, in their lifetime, meaning it will never be used up. It's proven now that oil will reproduce itself every other day. Look it up, you will hear it, you will see it. Oil will just reproduce itself, and they can do it in a lab in 2 hours. Oil, I don't mean take corn, they can do it in a lab in 2 hours. So if they can do it in 2 hours in a lab, how fast can God do it 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 feet in the ground? Pressure does it. The more you pull out, the more it squeezes, the more comes out. All the wells that has stopped, all of them are going to produce like you've never seen or heard in your life. Fracking is going to produce enough oil that we won't need anything else. But God wants us to be the most powerful nation on the earth. We have to help other people, and we will. But first, we got to help ourselves get on our feet, get our bearings straight the way they should, get our heads screwed on right, think about other people as well as yourself, then stand back and just let it slam into you. Prosperity is going to run you over. And I cannot wait for that day. Cannot wait for that day. You can't either. And it was 2 Chronicles 7:14. Read it, please. Jody Wolf, Expoz.